Let's talk about isekais. Nowadays, isekai is one of the most well-known type of anime, but why do we like them? Well, ever since the late 90s, isekais were the most popular subcategory of fantasy, producing shows like Inuyasha, Mysterious Play, and The Vision of Escaflowne. Some of our favorite shows as a kid before we would even know what an anime was. But despite being a popular category, there weren't a lot of isekai animes. Well, at least until something big happened on July 8, 2012. Also known as the Sword Art Online incident. It blew up, becoming one of the most popular anime of all time, and thanks to that, inspiring thousands of mangakas and light novel writers to create their own isekais in hope that they can make the next SAO. While 99% of them failed, I wonder why, there was that 1% that put a unique twist into it, making them as successful as SAO was. Now, nowadays we still have around 10 new isekais every single season, and pretty much all of them fails. This is kind of what I expected this season too. Until I watched the first 2 episodes of Skeleton Knight in Another World. One day Ark falls asleep playing video games, and when he wakes up, he finds himself in the world of the game as his own character. In a world with magic, with elves, with pets that have no reason to be this cute, and basically everything else that exists in our isekais. You already know basically everything. The only difference between his character now and in real life is that now all his stats are maxed out, so he is basically undefeatable. Now it's the most basic and generic setup that you can find in literally every single isekai, yet there was just something in it that kept me interested. A constant feeling of hey, I want more of this. So is there something unique? Well, he's a skeleton, I guess that's unique, or not, guess that already exists. But it maybe has some insanely unique writing. Nope, there's no story. Plot twists? Nope. Insanely hot elf girl? Yes, there it is. Let's go boys, we finally found the reason why you should watch this show. But for real though, the reason why it's so good is its main character, Ark. He is realistic, he doesn't want to be a hero, he chooses what's best for himself, yet he still cares about others. It's kind of like Kazuma but less horny. When he wakes up, he tries to figure out what the fuck happened, realizes that oh shit, he has the armor and the weapons of his in-game character, but everything is maxed out. Now obviously he finds it super cool and everything, but realizes that he has no food, no money, so he does what every isekai character will do and teleports off a cliff. Now there's only one thing left he wants to know. How does he look? Which doesn't end well as he realizes he's a skeleton and others would want to kill him if they realize, so he tries his best to keep a low profile, like an 8-foot tall skeleton in a gleaming white and gold armor wouldn't be noticeable at all. We get the classic mercenary guild, where you can sign up for jobs and for him to get accepted, he has to hunt 3 monsters, bandits or beasts. He does it, gets his license, and that's where everything starts. Now being an insanely OP character, think what every isekai character will do. They will pick the hardest job, and that's what Ark does too, or not. Cause he's actually helping out a little girl to pick herbs. This is what I love about his character. No one will take the hardest jobs when you can get paid enough for helping a little girl. Do you remember when I said this has no story? Well, I kind of lied. It would still be an enjoyable show if he would just do random missions every episode. But instead he decides to help this elf girl out who tries to save kids from getting kidnapped, which lands him a job to help her out. And guess why he decides to help? The adventure? Defeating bad people? Saving kids? Nope. It's because he can do a job with a beautiful elf. Like, tell me this is not realistic. No person would go for any other reason. In this world, elves are hunted and sold as slaves despite an agreement where it said that they wouldn't do anything like that to each other. So elf warriors like Ariane try to save them, and now we can follow her with Ark. With his powers, it's really easy to save everyone, but there wouldn't be anything exciting about it. So I just love how the show focuses a lot more on his personality, his decision making, and basis of the upcoming events on that. Like how to get inside a building, just go inside a window. Or look at the elf girl's ass and just teleport in. The enemies notice you, just act like a statue. I mean, who would notice? You found a fuck ton of gold? Come up with an idea why it's bad that they have this money, then take all of it. He's obviously rich now, so he wouldn't take more money. Nah, fuck that, he'd take the elf girl's money too. And doesn't even share the money they just stole together. I fucking love this guy. Now, in my opinion, he is one of the best isekai protagonists, but the other characters are just as amazing. We have Ariane, the elf warrior who is from maybe Great Canada Forest. Fuck, I always knew elves came from Canada. I don't know how to explain this better, but she comes off as a normal character. In other isekais, the female characters are always based on a single trope, like she's a tsundere, but she doesn't really represent any of them yet. she's just normal. Again, a kind of realistic character. Like imagine seeing a cute animal like that. You would want to do the exact same thing. We also have Ponta, who is a spirit fox, and he's just there to be cute, yet adds so much more life to the story. Ark always has someone that agrees with him, someone he can eat with, someone he can share his thoughts with, and people just instantly trust Ark because of Ponta. Now it has amazing characters, a good premise, perfect pacing, and the episodes feel like they are 5 minutes long. But it's obviously not perfect. It has just one problem that turned a lot of people away from the show, something I purposely skipped. In every single episode, the bad guy always attempts to you know what the rest is, I can't say it. And despite it never happening, it turned a lot of people away from the show. And it received a ton of bad ratings because of that. But at the same time, it's still a really enjoyable show. And if you are interested in a good, basic isekai, you should definitely watch it. And that's it. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe or not, I don't care, you already gave me my watch time, so you are already promoting the video and pushing it into the algorithm even more, and by just listening to me saying this stuff, you are just making it even more sure that it will push into it even more. Anyway, good night.